He's managed to get himself on the inside, but he's caught up on the curve. Sean Allen, the outside special. We've had a huge crash. This can't be real.
I think he might have the job done finally. Even Warwick gives him no space. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Turn point. He's taken out Bruce Dean as well. Oh, big moment there. Kurt Stenberg on his roof.
Big crash in turn 4. That is an unfortunate huge crash. The huge Bigelow thought he was clear. The late move, final corner. That's the death.
Hello and welcome to the bend. This time we're at the 3.4 kilometre west layout, and we've had a bit of a late start, but we're here in qualifying with 5 minutes left with Benjamin Dahlia currently on screen on provisional pole. I'm joined tonight once again by my esteemed colleagues Colin, Warwick and Thomas McMillan. How are we both?
Yeah, great. It's a good session. We're a bit late here, but Alex Cattle's just gone to the top with a 17.6.
Alex Cattle has just gone to the top. That's a pretty competitive time there from Alex.
It is. Yeah, I was going to keep on the lap too. Alex Cattle's going to catch some traffic.
He's going to catch some traffic. So here you see the new part of the track, I guess, that we didn't race on last week. The west cut through.
Oh, it's a good part of the track. There's two new right-handers there. First gear, difficult braking zone because it's downhill, so it's really easy to lock up as mentioned. Actually, quite a good lap, but yeah, it's a good section of track. It cuts out the whole bit of the sector of the full track. So it's Benjamin's throwing his lap away. But yeah, I prefer this layout personally, and I reckon a lot of other drivers do as well. As Alex Cattle comes around the last corner.
He does. I don't think it's going to be an improvement. I saw him make a large error, yeah. RSM Latino's improved. He's up into third. He's done a 17.9, so he's one of the few that is in the 17s.
It is. It's interesting. Hans Brunswick is quite far off the pace compared to where we usually see it.
Yeah, and he was quite fast here last week, especially in the second race, so hopefully you can find a bit of pace. But yeah, 17's are pretty competitive times around here from these guys. We see RSM Latino go back to pit lane, but 17's are very fast times, I'd say, from a Super 2 spec driver. As Benjamin is slightly up on himself, but not on his... Slightly up on the best time, but not on himself.
Well, on his best lap, he lost about 3-4 tenths in the last corner, so he should improve. Oh, he's made another mistake there, but he should improve.
He
did it.
So still some work there for Benjamin to do. Well, he's used a lot of curve there in turn 1.
Cattle is in the pits.
He probably will get one more run. We'll take a look at some of our other runners. We've got Lion Mitch, he's just improved to an 18 flat. He is in P4 currently.
That's a good lap from him.
Yeah, it's a bit of an improvement. With Steve Warwick in the line, he's improved his PB, but he stays in... No, he hasn't improved his PB, but he's in 5th position. Hendrick's up into 6th. We'll see what kind of a lap he's on. He looks like he's a fair way away from his best lap.
He's on a lap now, but he's about to be held up by Dane Ricardo. Oh, that's not very good there from Ricardo.
Yeah, he's got some out of the way. Oh,
big moment.
Big lock up. Both of them. down in 10th. That's a bit lower than we normally see him as well. He'll be looking to improve in the last couple of minutes of this session.
Really hard track to get right. It looks simple on paper because it's quite a short layout. But yeah, I'm finding it quite difficult around here to find time. As I know a lot of others are.
Yeah, times are going to be pretty close at this track. Seems to be that that's how it's going to be at this venue, as we see Dodger improves to 22 flat.
It seems like our front runners are going to have one more crack at a lap here.
They are, so we're watching Alex Cattle now at the minute, and he's going to coming to the second last corner. He's about to start his final lap. Benjamin will be following him through.
The Tino is about to finish a lap and start another one. So as he comes around the last corner here, he's... Oh, he did delay the throttle there because he's understeering out wide.
We'll see if we can get a... See, so Latino improves, he goes up to second, so that's a good time there from RSM Latino, and he's going to get one more crack at this, but he's kind of catch a little bit of traffic, and I believe that's Peter Richards.
Oh,
he's made a big mistake. So I'm going to flex it down.
lap.
It's a good lap there from Latino. I feel like he is on for a good result tonight.
Yeah, I agree. He's fairly consistent, doesn't make many mistakes. As Alex Cattle's about to take it down in the first sector.
See if you can make it up to the middle sector. Tricky middle sector, must be said. You take a completely different approach to this corner than what you would on the other layout.
Oh, as the checkered flags out here. And
Cattle
Alex Cattle is 2/10 up, just about.
Yes, we'll see. Dahlia's back in pit lane, so it looks like Alex Cattle is going to get pole position here unless something miraculous happens from someone a bit further back.
Oh, he's had a big moment there. Exiting the last corner, it's going to hurt. Should still improve.
No, he doesn't. So, but he still gets pole. Is anyone else on the lap? Steve Warwick is not. Hans Brunswick does not improve. Liam Budd is on the lap. Does he improve? He runs very wide, and he does not improve. So that's going to be all our runners.
Pretty good session there. Yeah.
It is.
It's really close between the top 5.
That it is. So Alex Cuttle with pole position from RSM Latino, with Benjamin Dahlia starting out of 3rd. So our championship leader, he is not going to be on the front row, which is going to be something he hasn't done for a little while.
As I believe Colin is back in here. Can you hear us, Cole?
Yeah, mate, just had some technical difficulty. We're all good now, I think.
Fair enough. We've got this little warm-up session to come.
I reckon I might do a lap around here in the medical car, boys.
Yeah, I think race control can give you permission for that, mate.
So here we go. McMillan is coming out of the pits in the medical car. You can show us
Leave
this.
pit lane, mate. Leave when you like.
So to get the old medical car back out on track for us.
You can maybe give us a run through on the differences between last week and this week's track.
Well, this week, obviously it's got the west part of the circuit where it's got the hairpin, which we'll come up to in a second. So this left-hander here now, you don't have to dart over to the one side of the track and instantly brake. You can go back to the left side of the track here. You've got to brake in this downhill here, down the first gear, which is a difficult corner to get right. Second, and some people use second or limiter, some people use third. I use third personally, and then go back down to second here. And then back to third. Yeah, the new part of the circuit there is quite good. It's quite difficult and does create a new passing opportunity.
Sort of makes that downhill run a bit different as well.
It does. Makes the first sector more important. Oh, it's gonna be I'll give you boys a run through of a lap here. Going up through the gears as Carl's coming out the pits here. Just start this warm-up session. So it's gonna be second gear here. Brake it up the 150. Just use the curve on the inside, second on the limiter, fly over the curve. It's going to use the curve here to get a turn, stay on the inside, get on the front as early as you can, get that good exit up the third. Go up the fifth here, and it's almost flat. If you hold it flat though, you're going to sail off the road. You want to brake just down when just over the rise, down the first gear, clip the curve on the inside to get a turn. Back up the second, up the third, just clip the curve on the inside to get a turn. Ooh, safety car, Mustang does not like it. Second gear, up the third. You want to brake to pitch the front end in, and then ride the curve, get back on the throttle. Ride the curve over here to stabilise the car on the exit. Tight pitch just before the braking zone here. Down
Box this flat. Box this flat.
Box this flat, you reckon?
Copy.
Third, just hit the limiter, then brake, turn it in and get the exit. And this is how you do a pit lane entry.
I don't know about that one. What do you reckon, Kurt? Is he over?
I reckon he's over. We'll have to speak to the officials down there with the radar gun.
Speak to Motorsports Australia.
Yeah.
Throw him a bit of cash like Mr. Penske does. Apparently Roland as well, so. That's the end of that session.
It is the end of that session,
It is.
so we've got
Only
a few
one
people
car
that
has
do
done a lap time.
And it's Brap who's done the lap time, so here we go, we're going to have a 14 lap race to come now.
Well, this is one of those sessions where you chuck on an old set of tyres here and you do a practice start just to get a feel of what the track grip's like for the race. As I see people like Lime Mitchell in practice starts, always gone flying off the road there.
Clanebite is still out on track, just seeing who else is out on track. I think it literally is only a Clanebite that's out there.
So boys had to go let the dog in there.
Lots of improvement from the Clanebite this year.
Has been, I would say.
These all three of them have improved. Stanley, Dodger and the Clanebite have done really well this year.
Oh, he had a massive moment. I thought he was going to pit, but went out for the lap.
Be interested to see how those guys go in this race tonight. I know they've put in quite a bit of effort at this track, being it was one that they were a little bit unfamiliar with last year. So,
Well, as we're getting ready to start the race here, boys, who's your pick for the win?
It's hard to say, really. I mean, with the layout the way it is, I reckon we're going to be in for a crazy race, especially down at turn 6. I reckon there'll be a few dives that might cause a safety car or something. We'll have to see, but hopefully not. But go from there and see what happens.
Well, hopefully they can all get off the line.
well, yeah, hopefully they can get off the line. I mean, that's the problem we've had last week, and we also had it in main series. So hopefully these guys can get off the line. I'm going to pick Cuz for this one. He's got the inside into turn 1. I really feel like if he gets a good start here, he can win this race. I feel like Cattle cracks a bit under pressure, and Benjamin not having the optimal starting position, this is a race that Cuz can win.
Yeah, I reckon Alex Cattle, he's been up to the line, his starts have been really good this year, and I know Benjamin has really struggled with his launches off the line, so it could be interesting. I know if Alex Cattle gets clean air and isn't under pressure, he should guide away with this race.
Back on the subject of people going nowhere on race starts, shout out to the Box of Neutrals Dane Morrow for his birthday tomorrow.
It is his birthday tomorrow.
It's
Oh,
his
it's
birthday
just
tomorrow, and I believe that even though it is his birthday, his 21st, he will be on the grid tomorrow night.
Commitment.
Crazy man. So he'll be on the grid because he's looking to secure the Automobilista Supercars Championship. He can wrap it up tomorrow night. So he is looking to see if he can do that.
That's what you love your husband.
If you guys are watching Stairs and Madbird, don't forget to sing happy birthday.
That is something that I can see Madbird doing. Whoa, we got a bit of flag.
We do.
That is not good to see.
Hopefully the drivers aren't saying that.
I am hoping the drivers aren't seeing that as well. That's quite bad.
Pressed on.
I'm just going to see if I can make some improvements behind the scenes.
Pretty fast pace out up here, formation up here for Alex Cattle.
Yep.
He's not
Must
holding
admit
back,
we
he's got a
haven't,
big gap
we
to the
haven't
cars
gone-
behind.
I haven't gone through the grid, but I'm just...
I'll go pretty good. So P1's Alex Cattle, followed by Latino. I'm going to go through it pretty quick. The Alia, Lime Mitch, 5th Steve Warwick, 6 Hands, 7th Liam Bud, 8th Brad, 9th Matt Cecil, 10th Dane Ricardo. Apparently it's my son, but you know, not sure about that. P11 Michael Pollard, good to see him racing. P12 Lachlan Burr. He's not starting back this time. Playing by Mr. Peter Stenberg. Not a very good job from him, but hopefully he can go forward. Dodger, and yeah, rounds out the field. As they all line up on the grid here.
Good job there, Thomas.
Thank you, Colin.
Alex Cattle can move maybe
He's a long
quarter
way
car
out of his
length
bars.
forward.
Yeah, I reckon. A bit far back. He's gonna have to go forward.
Oh,
We're going to get a race
right.
now.
that line Mitch doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, lots of wheel
not a
spin
good
there.
start.
And Line Mitch with the best start of the lot. He's going to take the whole shot and he's going to be P1
Oh,
into
here
turn
we
1.
go.
Alex Cuttle with a shocking start. Benjamin Daly with a not so good one either, and they're free
Good start by Hands
wide.
Brunswick.
Oh,
Oh, we're going to have carnage into... Oh, and Alex Cattle is now back to 7th.
Oh!
Oh, and
that's
Alex
good.
Cattle has... He's had a disaster of a start. We're going to go back up the front. So Line Mitch has got a huge lead. He has
Hans
checked
has
out
got a
his
run.
second lead, and Hans Brunswick has a run on Latino, but what a wild start. So we approach the hairpin for the first time.
Oh. Gonna be some big passes in here, I reckon. Oh, everyone's kept it quite clean.
So Alex Cattle has actually dropped back to last. He's at the complete back of the field here. So this could be the race that Line Mitch gets a win here. He's 1 second lead now, and that was an awesome start. Good jump.
Let's see how Lime Mitch goes.
Good jump
I
from
know he's
Latino
done
as
quite
well,
over the
but
pace.
too much wheel
Hopefully he
spin.
can hold on.
But our front row went nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't a good start from Alex Cattle and Latino. Two opposite ends of the scale there. Too much throttle, too much wheel spin there for Latino, and Alex Cattle just bogged it down.
it looked like he initially bogged it down, and then as he tried to get it going, it
Press
just
turn about, but
well,
it's contact between Dahlia and Ricardo.
Hasn't been a good start from Dahlia.
Has not. He also had a bit of a shocker.
Pretty good start there from Dane Ricardo, actually, up 5 spots. Good to see.
yeah, must be a proud father, mate.
Yeah. if that's how we're gonna call it.
Dahlia makes the move down into turn 6.
You know,
And
Lime
he
Mitch is doing quite well.
gets the job done. Ricardo back at him, and Ricardo back at him. Doesn't want to give up that
Got him
spot.
back. He's got him back. The cover's here. You can hold it.
Oh, he's moving the braking zone slightly and he's just turned down.
That's now, that spot.
Don't go for it. It's unnecessary. Bedwood's way faster. Anyways, he's cleared him.
Doing a job of holding him up, but he's now cleared him. We're going to just check back to see where... Oh, I've got Michael Pollard going around the background. So he's on the grass doing donuts like you last week.
As Latino has caught half second on Mitch's lap.
And Alex Cattle's back up to 9th position already. And Matt Cecil has DNF'd while we were watching. And Lachlan Burke's going for a move on steady for P10 and 11. He's made that move.
Past it.
Easily. It was a good pass. He's going to flick back up the order. We've got Dahlia. He's about to go for a move on Brap. We'll see if he can get this done here. I think he's a bit far back, but Brap's locked it
Both
up.
locked up. They're both locked up. He's going to go up the inside.
Top of
He's
the road.
yeah, back in first gear. Two mistakes here early from Dahlia. He's got to not make them. He's got to really get past Brap here to be able to catch the leaders.
He's got a pretty solid championship lead, so it's not going to hurt him too bad, but 5th place will not be what he wants at the minute.
Exactly right.
Oh, I was just about to mention, he really can't afford a DNF from here on.
He definitely cannot afford a DNF, so he needs to maximise this. My Mitch is the fastest top of the road.
Good lap.
Good luck there from one Mitch. 7.
Here goes Dahlia, he's going to have a look into turn 1 on Brap, and we've just heard Matt Cecil had an internet dropout. Alex Cattle now goes fastest up of the roads.
That's a quick lap. Alex
Start
Cattle.
there from Dahlia as he makes his way up on Brap.
Alex Cattle's caught up to the back of Liam Budd here.
Yep. So what is that? How long it's going to take the Cattle to get past Bud? I don't think it's going to take very long.
I reckon he's going to have it go into this braking zone here. Quite far back though.
Oh! Dive round the outside, gets it done. That is a good move there from Alex Cattle, but that had me very worried.
It's interesting tonight, so he doesn't have Sean Allen in the year tonight, so that could be a little bit of the reason why he's made a few mistakes early on.
Could be part of it. I'm just going to flick forward. We've got Dane Liccardo and Bruck going at it. This is for 5th place. Oh! Perhaps fed him a bit of grass there and said thanks for coming.
Be careful on that AstroTurf on the outside of that corner there. Gets fixed it.
Certainly does.
I reckon Ricardo's going to go for a dive here, even though I don't think he should. What's he going to do?
Oh, you'd be right. That's a big dive there from Liccardo. And he's pulled it up and not made contact, so... cost himself a
He
bit
got
of
to
time.
let off the brake and ruined all his mid-corner speed there.
Still pretty close to him, but still pretty close.
If you want to make a move like that, you really got to trail it in perfectly so you can get on the throttle as early as you can.
I'll tell you what.
You're going to lose a shitload of time.
After that lock-up, his front wheel would be shivering and shaking.
Oh, it would be shivering and shaking. It would look alright, I can tell you that.
Had a lock up now from Brap as well, and now Steve Warwick's caught Liccardo. So this is about to become a bigger train, and Alex Cattle was also catching the back of this train.
Oh, this could be interesting between Steve and Alex after the big wheel they had on lap 1. Steve's had a little look, so I'm here, I want to get past.
Oh, it's contact wraps around.
Yeah, it's not good there from Liccardo, there's not much we can say about that, is there?
Bud's now got the spot. Now Brap's run wide, and now it's Brap and Bud that are going to go side by side.
Really messy there from Liccardo, just impatient and over aggressive, but you know, he'll learn, he's young. Here we go, as Alex Cattle's got a run here on Steve Warwick. He's going to set it up here, he's going to set up the exit. Can he get it? He's got the exit.
Yeah.
He's close enough. Will Steve Warwick defend? I reckon he'll just let him go.
I reckon he might as well.
He's got a pretty good brain on those shoulders.
Cattle is not going to be close enough. In
Yeah,
the background, but we've got Liccardo and Brap still going at it. And Raps now crisscrossed him out of turn 6 into turn
Oh,
7.
Ricardo. Oh,
Good racing from these guys.
With the hip and shoulders.
Oh, and he's hip and shouldered him off the road, so they're playing for keeps, these two, with one another.
they are.
And we've just noticed that Steve Warwick's gone around, so he's actually made a
Yeah.
mistake. He's actually looked at, now he's going to fall back to Bud.
Lead vulnerable here to Liam Budd. Liam Budd's got to get a good run off this last corner here.
Benjamin Dahlia now doesn't like the top of the race.
Oh, he's got to run. If it's anything like his teammate, he's going to send it.
We'll kill him.
He is close enough though.
On for the move.
Good, he did break too late. He's getting him a lot of room. He might compromise himself in mid-corner.
Will he be able to hang here around the outside? He's given him a lot of room and
No, he's going to cover.
Oh,
probably sacrificed himself for being able to get that move done then.
he did. He was a
Racing.
bit conservative, but it's better than being too aggressive. Yeah, good racing. For them two, gave each other a lot of room. That's what we'd like to see. As Lutino's dropping back behind Richie, Rich has done a really good job. He's been really consistent.
Yeah, we haven't really focused on him, so we'll go and watch him. He's got a 1.8 second lead now over RSM Latino. With Hans Brunswick in tow, and look who's in the background in the green machine. It's Benjamin Dahlia. He's catching back up to this lead battle after that disappointing start.
He is. I reckon he's going to run out of time though. He's quite far away.
With only 6 laps remaining, I can't see him getting to the front.
As we can see, Dane Ricardo starting to catch up the back of Liam Budd. As I say that, he makes a big mistake and loses all the time that he gains. Liam Budd stuck behind Steve Warwick here. He won't be close enough.
Chasing him across the road.
In the background as well, we've got the Claimbite and Stenny who are having a good race on notice. They've been pretty close all race. Claimbite slowly reeling in at the back of Peter Stenberg.
Yeah, he's not going to get him here. This is where Peter Stenberg's struggling with the heavy braking zones.
Come back to that, keep an eye on that. It's a bit spread out a bit here between the Warwick and Bud battle actually, so we will watch the...
Oh, Ricardo is just overdriving the car now.
Oh, Stenny's going in there so shallow.
It's gone in there pretty shallow, and this is
Yeah,
going to
the
leave
red-
one
oh.
Claimbite. Oh, these two are in the same channel, so they're going to be communicating here, and there's a bit of blocking there from Stenny.
It's aggressive, moving over the braking zone. You can't do that, Stenny. Here's a
He's
Claimbite
locked
trying
up,
to set up
and
a
the
run.
Claimbite's now going to set up a run and try and go down the inside of him.
Oh, this is a really good race here.
Yeah, these guys have been close all race, so this battle's been going.
Oh, Claimbite's backed out of it there. Oh, he's really underestimated that. And there's a yellow flag.
Where is the yellow
Not
flag?
sure what for. Michael Pollard is stopped at the end of pit lane.
Yes, so that could be a retirement for him. Not sure what's going on there. I'm going to flick back forward, but see what action is plenty.
Well, Benjamin's nearly caught up to the back of Hans.
He has, so this could be putting himself back on the podium here. I don't think he's going to get much further than this, but
We believe there was a big mistake last lap from Hans for Benjamin to catch that much time on. Because they were lapping at the same pace earlier. Yeah, Lime Rich has checked out here. It's been a really good drive. Oh, 18th. 4 last lap from Benjamin. Here we go, he's going to set up a run here because Hans compromised himself by being too shallow on the entry. Here we go, he's going to set up an exit, his racing experience here. Good exit. He's going to set him up for, is it turn 6?
it is turn 6, yes.
Should go up the inside here. Oh, Hans is aggressively blocked. He's done well there. Parked it on the apex. Oh. Right behind him. He's got to have a dive here. He's got to have a dive.
Oh, he's not had a dive. He's just going to tuck in and see what happens.
Yeah, I reckon he wants to set it up for turn 1. Probably the best place to pass.
Here's what you got to be
Oh,
pretty
he's got an excellent exit.
Oh, here
He's
we
had
go.
to lift off not to hit him. Here we go. Pollard's off again.
Pollard is off again, so Pollard's struggling with something.
Vance didn't even really bother to defend there. Must know it's not his place.
I
Battle.
think he knows that Benjamin is a lot faster, so
Yeah.
Benjamin now takes the spot.
Good job.
That moves him up into the podium position, but I don't think he's going to get much further with 3 laps to go.
It's a claim bite's almost caught back up to Stenny again. He has. He's right behind him.
Oh, and Lachlan Boat's come into the pits, so that's an unscheduled stop for Lachlan.
It is.
Watch this battle. This is our closest battle on track at the minute.
Did really well this race, the claim bite and Stenny. Give them that.
Yeah, they've been racing each other the whole race. There's been within a second pretty much the whole 11 laps so far.
Got to have shown some weaknesses here.
John just made a mistake in the background, I've noticed. So a big
oh.
Stenny's made a mistake. Oh!
Oh no, you won't be happy about that.
He'll be livid with that after the way he's driven this race. That's a slight error and it's going to cost him. He's now going to
sorry
pull
about
back.
that one, Peter. It's the old commentator's curse.
It is the old commentator's curse. He's now fallen back behind Dodger, so...
I believe there's been a mistake from Lime Rich last lap, or he could have killed his tyres because Latino's got a lot of time. Probably upwards of 6-7 tenths.
Yeah, Latino has definitely closed in that gap, so we'll watch the leaders now. We haven't really watched them most of the race.
I'll have a look at their last lap time. So last lap from Lime Rich was an 18.8, Latino was an 18.5. That would explain it. As the tyres would be wearing, as there's a yellow flag ahead.
I believe the yellow flag will be...
I believe that is Stenny.
So his race has gone from bad to worse.
Has. It's just unfortunate.
It's
Is he gonna... Hopefully he doesn't hold up Lime Rich here. Latino's really closing in fast here.
He is closing in fast here, so maybe tyres have hit the end of their decent lifespan.
Yeah, it's Peter Stenberg lets Lime Rich pass, good on him. That's a mistake from Lime Rich. Must have been watching standing in the mirrors there. The whole field's fairly spread out. There's not much going on at the moment.
There is a lot
Not much to talk about when the field's spread out.
Yeah, well, Pollard's just in defence.
Oh.
It's not been a good race from Pollard.
No, it's been
Steady's holding up Latino here, he won't be happy about that.
He won't be, or... He's basically cost Latino any shot he had of...
Oh, what is he doing?
Yeah, he's cost Latino any chance he had of winning this race, so...
Yeah.
That's the race over, unfortunately, for Latino.
I don't think he was going to catch him anyways, but yeah.
But yeah, any slight chance is now over. Back through the field and yeah, it's been a pretty poor race from Michael Pollard. He's really struggled to play on the back stuff.
Yeah. As there's a lot of background sound coming from Colin's mic.
It certainly is.
Apologies about that, guys.
I believe we have other people in the commentary box here. There's Lachlan Burke's off the road.
There's a party in the
And
commentary
Dodge
box.
is off the road.
Yeah, there is a party in the commentary box. Received delivery of some donuts.
So this is going to be it's been a good drive here from Line Mitch, good start, and he's driven away and he's done what he needs to do, and he's going to secure a victory here today. So
Really impressive drive.
it's really impressive drive as Dodger gets off the road to let him go, but
Good job by Dodger.
it means
Mr.
too much.
Cone back on the track.
And Line Mitch crosses the line and wins the first race of round 13. Is that Line Mitch's first win in this series?
Yes.
I believe it is.
So there we go, that's a win for Line Mitch, and
Yeah,
RSM
right.
Latino comes home in second place from Benjamin Dahlia. And Hans Brunswick crossing the line in fourth. Alex Cattle
Alex Cattle
up to fifth.
caught a big gap on Hans Brunswick.
Yeah.
Good job.
Beef Warwick in sixth position. And Bud brings home the AAR development team car in P7 with his teammate Dane Liccardo in P8.
It's a good job there from Alex Cattle and Steve Warwick. Considering they both had a bingle at the start and were almost turned around, so
Agreed, they've done a very good job to recover and get that far back up the field. Rap
It's a
brings it home
bit of
in
a
ninth.
quiet race, guys. Bit of a quiet race. First laps were pretty exciting, but the rest of the race was just right on the line. Everyone all in one line. And a big gap
Considering-
between cars.
Considering that we had lots of people chasing, coming back through the field, there wasn't a lot of stuff that really went on, to be honest.
One Mitch is doing burnouts. You want to save that engine for the next race, mate?
To see, we would miss his burnout, so we will just have a look at him doing some circle work.
It's
That's a good
good
win
circle
there
work.
from
I rate a bit of circle work, as you know.
Yeah,
You
you
do,
do
Tom?
it. You do it on the Lawn Albridge style.
I do.
wonder if his arm was out the window there.
There's potential that his arm could have been out the window, so
Probably
But
would
no,
have had to take down the net for the driver's side door there.
Yeah, it looks like
Get the
the,
arm out the
what
window.
if he had body out the door like Russell Ingall?
Yeah. Well, Russell was lucky not to fall out there. Imagine that.
you could also have paint out the helmet like Thomas last round.
That is,
Uh,
that's what happens when you get a little bit angry and
oh, bit of smoke out the ears, mate.
mate, you get a bit
Like
angry
that,
and you
yeah.
do a bit of burnouts on the lawn. But
Anyone else out
Yeah.
there that has a bit of smoke out the ears, I consider being your local GP. Not a common sight.
It isn't. But it's a good way to produce your own smoke show.
So
Bit of ear out the window.
we are getting ready now for the next qualifying session. We'll just say SDS Racing in the chat said well done Line Mitch. I agree, well done to Line Mitch. That's a impressive victory for him.
It
Very-
is.
Very
Talk to
impressive.
him after the second race here.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of a chat to him after the second race. See how he found it there. It's awesome start, and a lot of people in this series have been struggling with their starts. So if you can get off the line, it's not often you win it from fourth on the grid and you get to turn one first, but it's what he managed to do.
It's probably the most important part of the race is to get off the line, as we saw in supercars.
Well,
Yesterday,
people
or-
say you can't win the race in the first corner, which is a true fact because you can lose the race in the first corner, but you definitely can win the race in the first corner if you get a good start like that, and that's where he won the race. He won it before he even got to turn one.
Well, I'll
So-
tell you what, Cam Waters yesterday, if he was behind McLaughlin at turn one, he wouldn't have won that race.
Agreed, and I don't reckon Line Mitch would have won that race there if he was behind any of those other front runners. So,
Yeah.
not doubting his pace, but when you can get out in the lead there and you can make a gap, you can run away with it.
Tell you what, if Alex Cattle gets a good start, he should be pretty quick, because seeing his lap times in that race, he was definitely a step above everyone else. Anyone out here in this little practice session here as see a car going out. Alex Cattle.
So a little 1 minute practice session we've got just to have a break before we get to the next race.
Well, I find these little sessions sometimes the most important, just to adapt to putting the quali set back on the car, being able to adapt to that can be really, really good. Especially after a long set of tyres, you go back to grippy tyres and you're like, shit, I need to find these limits again. And if you can do it within that 1 minute span, this session is really helpful.
As we've just seen that most people have just decided that this is their burnouts in this 1 minute session.
You know, you gotta get rid to high temp somehow. Like I tried to get a lot of rear tyre temp to the last race
Brunswick doing burnouts.
last week on the grass. You don't get much temp on the grass, though.
You also,
I found out.
I also heard that you had a large invoice to the Shaheen family for ripping up their immaculate grass.
Well, sources said, I'm not gonna confirm, but apparently I dug a metre plus deep hole from that burnout. So, and I may have hit a pipe.
Oh gee, that was Dane Liccardo going off the road with big speed until that session ended.
Well, it's not surprising, is it?
So that was an interesting thing that we just saw as we went to the end of the session. So, Alex Cattle, pole position. I think we're going to see that again. But you never know, it was pretty close last qualifying session, so...
Was. As they're all keen to get out, they're keen to line up.
Oh, and the camera's decided it doesn't want to exist.
As everyone's... Well, their parking jobs haven't been real good, have they?
Not really. They haven't done a good job of parking in a row here.
Oh, tell you what, it looks like Cole's car park here in Albury. The small car parks, and no one can stay within the lines, and everyone's all crooked. That's what it looks like. But, you know, at least they're not going out on the red like Steve Guyat was.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting to note. No misfit guys tonight.
Yeah, no misfit racing tonight. So...
Maybe they had a fit. Oh!
Oh, and Hans has had a crash in the pit lane.
Speaking of having a fit.
Yeah.
We're just going to get a replay of that from Hans. That's an interesting thing to see. He's just driven out and collected the wall and got stuck on it.
It looked like he was testing his hands device over and over again.
Did?
You gotta check it
Back.
worked.
Yeah, nah, it works. Back in the lane. Go out again.
Might have to change the whole front right, but you know, she'll be right.
At least the hands device worked.
We've got a speedy kit crew here. That can change the whole front end of the car within 10 seconds, so...
So we've got lots of stuff going on, people fighting for track position. I believe Dane Liccardo is actually our first car that's in the queue.
It's keen to get out there.
Lay down a heater.
You reckon he'll lay down a heater?
Well, that's what his goal will be.
I reckon the only heater was coming from his ears from the last race. That's how he was diving people.
Well, him and Brap had a pretty heated battle, that's for sure.
They did. They did. I reckon the red mist got out there.
I do too, because both
1% of dive bombs.
Both of them had big dives at one another and gave each other not much room, so we like to see a bit of racing, so...
Well, as he comes into turn 1, I guess we'll watch the Liccardo lap. His first lap here. Looks pretty good so far on the limiter. Turns are in, probably a bit early. So he gets it off the corner nice, so it's been a pretty clean lap so far. He's had a pluck fifth. Using all the road, it's been a pretty good first sector actually. Yeah. Gets it turned in, gets the apex.
Pretty good lap here so
Turns
far.
in a little bit shallow. Second gear. Turns it in nice.
Don't have a tail shaft failure.
Yeah, you don't want that. Off second gear, which is interesting. It's going to lose a lot of time on that. But you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Goes up to 5th gear, back down to 2nd. Turns it in. Oh, too early. Loses a lot of time hitting the sausage road there. Up to third. Turns it in. It's got the last corner pretty good. Just that time out of 19-9.
RSM Latino immediately eclipses it. As does Line Mitch with an 18-1. Got Braff in P3.
Hans Brunswick comes around the last corner, same with Dialia. And Alex Cutters in P1. Not a good lap from Dialia or Hands.
Stanley needs a lung
Alex
replacement.
Cattle has P1.
He does.
Yeah, I'm having a few issues with my lungs.
To call you Brian. But anyways, here we go.
People say I need to
Alex
give up
Cattle.
smoking.
Alex Cattle coming up to start the first sector. So it was 2 tenths down as Lime Mitch escapes, and mistake there from Latino as well. Oh,
and
the other
mistake
person
there.
that seems to get it right is Benjamin Dialia, because he's up on
Have a
himself.
look at him. He's missed the apex there at turn 6.
Oh, Latino's around. Few mistakes from the front guys in early parts of this qualifying session.
Interesting to see.
It is interesting to see
Up
just
to
the car.
second speed. Oh yeah. 10th up on himself. You're close, except from Alex Cattle.
Yeah.
A few guys in front of Dialia, 2 tenths away.
Oh, bit of a mistake there from Dialia. Probably won't be the best lap of his life.
Oh, he gets up to
18-2.
P3 with an 18-2.
Tell you what, that time from Alex Cattle is quite impressive. I reckon
good.
that'll be pole.
That's going to take a lot of beating.
It is.
I reckon the only man who's got any chance of getting close to that is,
Himself.
I reckon Dahlia can do it.
Oh, Cattle, that's Cattle's up 600 to the first sector. Here we go. Lay down a heater, son. Oh, he's turned it in early.
Cattle.
Oh, he's a bit wide here. Can he turn it in? Oh, he's washed past the apex. I don't think it's going to be a good second sector here.
Got on the power okay.
He did. Oh, he's up still.
Thousands.
Well, you know what that means. It's time in the middle sector.
Oh,
Missed the apex there at the second last corner.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to improve here.
they had to pluck another gear to get it around, so.
Yeah. Oh, a bit undercommitted there. He's going
Yeah,
into the
straight
big.
Backs out of it.
Oh,
Oh, Mitch.
it's close.
That was Liam Buds up
200,
himself by
sorry.
2 tenths coming up to the last corner.
Dahlia has improved and he's up to P2 now and he's only a 10th off Cattle.
Yeah, that's a good lap from Benjamin.
We're
We
watching
did see him do some pretty good laps in the race.
It was purple to the middle sector for Dahlia as well. We're watching Lion Mitch. We're going to see what he does.
Oh, there's Latinos up on Alex Cattle here.
He is, but he's made a meal of that middle sector at turn 6. I don't think this
Yeah.
is going to be an improvement. See what it is anyway,
Oh.
but
No, that's a big mistake. He'll be there.
Yeah, that's way down.
Yeah. Oh, Latino. Bugger.
Get in, mate. Get a new set of bags.
Yeah, I reckon. He's still up on himself somehow.
yeah, he's lost half a second though to Cattle in the middle
did?
sector
Oh.
alone, and he's made another error.
I'd be bringing that brake bias a little more rearward by the looks of it.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
has not
struggling
been a good lap.
in front. And he matches his PB almost.
It's Benjamin coming up to the last corner here, boys. Same with hands.
So what Hans has got to offer. He's improved, he's up to P4 with an 18-2. What's Dahlia done? He has not improved.
Turn 0.
Alex Cattle's on an outlap, I believe.
Yeah.
Dahlia's messed up turn 1 and he's going to go off the road. My Mitch is currently on a lap. Coming up to the
Tino's on a good first sector.
My Mitch is
He's up on Cattle.
Watch My Mitch finish his lap and then we'll flip to Tino.
Yeah.
Hopefully Lion Mitch doesn't balked by Dodger here. Like it, huh?
Tell you what, this
He's
is a
got
good
P3
lap.
with it.
This is a good lap here.
Oh,
from
he's
Latino.
locked the
Oh,
front, but he's still in there. He's got
Got it
in
in
there.
there.
This is a very good lap here from RSM Latino.
oh, oh, no, that'll be an off track, I think.
See when he gets to the line.
And he goes
Oh,
up to P3, but it's
Goes
17.8.
P3. P3.
he's very. That's pretty good. There
Impressive
was
to
a
see
mistake
these
there.
Super 2 guys in the 17s, I will say.
It is really impressive.
These guys have really stepped up their games towards the end of this year, which is good to see.
Yeah, they're on par now with definitely mid-pack main guys. You must
Say
have
next
said-
year they'd be on double duties, much like they are this year.
Tino's
Super 2, mate.
pretty much matched his first sector. He's made a real turn 6. Oh, Alex Cuddle's up at 10th and he's going to get held up by Dodger. Oh, no.
Oh, he's been
Oh,
rolled
that-
completely into the over.
Shame.
That's not good from Dodger. That really sucks there for Alex Cuddle. But
Still
if you
got
can do
5
it once, if you can do it once, you can do it again.
And with Latino, he's up on his PB and he's only half a tenth away from Cattle's time, and he's actually got through the second last corner and last corner a lot better this lap.
Here we
So
go.
this has potential to be a
Oh, it's going to be
pole time.
P1, I reckon.
Oh,
not quite.
no,
Good
but
lap.
he's very close. This session's
Actually
come
didn't.
alive.
He actually didn't improve a position either. He's still P3.
Yeah.
This session's alive, and it's very close at the front here. And all our runners.
Interesting thing to note here that Dahlia's first sector is about 2 to 3 tenths off Alex Cattle, and he's only a tenth behind his time.
Yep, he makes all the time up in the middle sector, it seems. Dahlia, he's purpled the middle sector before. Let's see what he does on this lap.
Notice he's using second gear coming out of there,
He's
much like
made a meal of
What
that,
are they
so we're
Super
going to
2
flick to
guys?
the...
Oh, Alex
next
Cattle's a tenth and a half up, and he's got no traffic here.
one.
Oh,
flick
he's
to
missed
him.
the apex, but he's still got the turned in. It'll be an improvement if he gets the last corner right. Oh, he's nailed that last corner.
that
Here we
sounded
go.
good coming out of there.
This will be a good lap time. Oh, he's just improved,
he's
so he
only
did
just
lose a bit of
improved.
time.
Benjamin Dahlia now starts the lap. Oh, he's going to roll it. Oh, big two-wheel
That's
moment there
like
from
that.
Dahlia. So that's that attempt done. Let's watch. I think Latino is on an out lap.
His hands Brunswick's coming up to the middle sector. He's actually got this really good from what I've seen.
My Mitch has gone up to P2 with a 17.7, so that's a big improvement from him. He's
That
put
is a
himself-
great lap.
It's a very good lap. So he's only a tenth away from Cattle. We'll have a look at
Ten.
hands.
He's 3 tenths up on himself, 2.5 tenths down to the leader.
The thing is, even if he improves here, I don't think he's going to find a spot, even finding 3 tenths, because he's a fair way behind these front four.
Yeah. Got a good exit out of the last corner though.
He improves to
Wow.
17.8, but he's only 2 tenths off pole, and he's fifth.
I tell you what, that's a good last sector there from Hands.
Good lap there from her. So these front five are far and away ahead of everybody else. It seems.
They are.
I'm gonna watch RSM Latino here for a bit. I don't know. I mean, Cattle's clearly the favourite, but I don't know who's going to take pole.
Well, Lime Mitch is up on himself by half a tenth, but almost 3 tenths down to Alex Cattle. So it seems Alex Cattle's real struggling in the last sector.
Got a quite an impressive first sector though.
He does.
Gonna flick to Lime Mitch, see what he does. No, and he's
No
not
improvement.
improved. He's tried to go back to pit lane immediately to get another lap in. We'll have a watch of RSM Latino.
The Warwick's coming up to the line.
Oh, a big mistake there from RSM, and
No
that's
improvement.
If you come out now, you might be lucky to get 1 or 2 laps.
Could be a good lap here from Hands. Oh, he's improved by
He's improved.
0.009.
Yes. 0.009.
Point. Big slide under the tree and he's up. 0.009.
So Alex Cattle's coming out for his last run.
Yes, and so is Limage.
Yeah, what hasn't been a good session here from Peter Stenberg. He is up on his lap.
Is it? We'll have a look at Peter Stenberg while we wait for these guys to do their outlaps. The Dodgers off the road into the sand there.
He's turned in early.
And
It's
he's
an improvement.
but he's moved himself up into 12, just ahead of Dodger.
He has.
So we'll just flick to, these front runners are on a lap. Dahlia's doing on a lap.
Tino's on the lap.
He is on a lap.
We'll have a bit of a gander of him before these other two start their laps.
Starting to think these Super 2 Nissans are from Matt White Motorsport, right at the front.
Yeah.
Good to see some Nissans in the field. Good to see him at the front, and Latino is a mile away. So we'll be sitting up here for another run, I'd imagine. Who's our first one in the queue? It's actually Dahlia, so
It is Dahlia.
we'll see Dahlia's sector, then we'll flick to Limage, and we'll flick to Cattle, all on the same lap.
Oh, mistake from my Mitch. Got it turned in though.
Oh,
Well, it's cool, we're gonna get all their first sectors at once.
So we've got a 27.4 from
Dahlia's up on
Dahlia.
himself.
We've got 27.4 from Limage. What's Cattle gonna do? 27.3.
27.3.
We'll flick back to Dahlia.
30 seconds. Does Dahlia do the second?
Could have a bit of draft
Five,
from
seven.
Steve Warwick.
Oh, what's happened with?
Gone the wrong way.
Oh, he's gonna catch him.
Oh, that was a bit of an awkward spot there. He wasn't in the lane, but it's definitely going to throw a driver off.
Yep, and Limage has decided to back out of it and go for another run, but he's not gonna get another run. Clock's hit 0.
Has.
Done. Dahlia won't improve.
Cattle don't think will improve unless he finds a lot the
Oh,
last
he
sector.
could. He could potentially. Oh,
Oh, almost.
Just down.
And I think that's Rap is still out there. He doesn't look he's on a
He's
lap.
gone slow.
Heads is on a pretty good lap.
Is he
I don't know
Walsh?
that. Yep.
He's not far off.
He actually
Only
is
10
not
count to the middle sector.
He could potentially improve and
Oh, a bit deeper than there. He's showing the last corner away, I think. Oh,
Three.
could be quick. Oh,
oh. So that was a really good qualifying session between these front
Great
five.
session.
it was. That was really entertaining, actually. That pole position could have gone to anyone.
It could have. So, and we've got Limage now on the front row alongside Alex Cattle, so all Nissan front row. And it'd have to be a first in this series.
Tell you what, Alex Cattle's got to get a good start because the line to start last race, he will just drive away with it again.
Limage has been good at his starts, from what I've noticed throughout this series, so
He has. Really good clutch control depends if he's using the line locker or not. But either way, he's doing a good job.
and yeah, Alex Cattle hasn't been good off the line, must be said.
I think with a lot of these guys now getting used to the track as the night goes on, it'll be much closer for the
Yeah.
race now. I think
Agreed.
there's a race on.
I feel like Latino, Dahlia, even Hands are going to be all in this race. I feel like this is anyone's game, and I don't think that Cattle's going to get the jump, going to get the start here. I feel like Limage is going to lead into turn 1. That's my pick. But I feel like with Cattle's pace, it's going to be a good race.
I still think it can be Cattle. I'm gonna pick Cattle as warm up. You know he's coming out on track again.
Yourself.
The medical car. Gonna have to drive around these cars.
Give us a bit of a feel for what the track's like out there.
Oh, that's a bit of a mistake from me there, guys. But it feels grippier online, but when you go offline, it's quite slippery. A lot of grip here in the medical car. It's not very fast in a straight line there.
That would be due to lacking horsepower, as there is no substitute for horsepower.
I think I need to warm the tyres up here. Alright, boys, let's lay down the heater. I've already gone through the track, so I'll just commentate on that rather than saying what gear I'm going through. What's the what lap time do you reckon I'll be here, boys? I complete all that this time. Really committed lap so far. Hang it out. Oh, don't want to be doing that, boys. I'll come back into the pits. Really difficult pit lane entry this one, guys. It comes out quickly, and even in the medical car it's hard to judge and get right on the point. So we did see in main and Super 2 last week quite a few people got speeding penalties, including myself and Nick, both did.
Your director is back in the comms box.
He is. I was just talking about how hard pit lane entry is and how both of us got caught out by it last week.
We did?
Both did.
Yeah. Sure did.
I nearly did, I have to admit. I reckon I was right on the money there.
Oh, it's not hard to do.
I got done under safety car, which is the most pathetic way in which of getting a penalty, I think.
It is.
You don't want to be speeding in the pits under safety car. Like, that is just completely pointless.
Oh, getting ready for the race, boys. Tell you what, I'm bloody keen.
I am. I'm pretty keen as well. I reckon that this is going to be an exciting one.
I reckon it is too.
Anything to go off that qualifying session, it should be a banging race.
Absolutely. That qualifying session was unbelievable. If everyone gets off the line correctly, it should be really close. That's what I'm hoping for anyways.
We've had Rhodey in the chat say, "Go Hans."
Go ahead.
I feel like Hans has got a pretty good shot here of a pretty good result. Don't know if he's got winning pace, but
Well, he could. He's only 2/10 off. But yeah, he did struggle towards the end of that race due to a few mistakes and burning up the rear tyres. So hopefully he can get the tyres on this race. and he'll do well.
Slap of the race was Alex Cattle with the 18.3, and he did it 18.699. So not far away in race pace either. So he has a good shot.
Yeah.
Agreed. And we've had Roadies Racing go, also mouse cursor on $1.20 odds to take someone out. Yeah, well, my mouse cursor does appear on the screen at times, quite often, and I apologise for something that I should refrain from doing, but I leave it on the screen all the time. So, I'll go for the grid this time. So we've got Alex Cuttle, who's on pole position with that impressive lap time of his. Line Mitch side by side and all Nissan front row. Benjamin Dahlia in P3 with RSM Latino out of 4. Hans Brunswick was in 5th. These front 5 were only covered by 2 tenths in qualifying, so pretty close. Back to Steve Warwick in 6th place with Liam Budd in position number 7. Dane Liccardo, Thomas McMillan's son, and Protege in P8.
Unfortunately.
Back in P9, so those two are close to one another again after their melee in the last race. With Lachlan Birkin proving to be a P10 in this race on the grid. Acclaimbite is out of 12, Stenny is out of 13, Dodger is out of 13, and Michael Pollard is out of 14th, and they're all our runners. I think we've lost Matt Cecil in between races.
I think the Rodeo hit the power pole again.
Yeah, he's been having some internet dramas, has Matt, so it's a bit unfortunate.
It is
Tom,
unfortunate.
correct me if I'm wrong. If Dane Liccardo is your son, how old would you have been? Like 4, 5? This evening?
Oh, mate, that's just something you don't go into, you know? Like, could be adopted, but he doesn't know that.
Preschool playground stuff. Anyway, to the race.
So, Alex Cattle's going to want to line up into his box properly this time.
He was a long way behind the line last time. He's a long way behind the line again.
He is. Oh, blind Mitch.
Blind Mitch has gone way too far.
Keep coming, mate. Keep coming.
I think Blind Mitch is actually in his box. It's just
Yeah.
He's a long way out of it, so
He
it
is.
looks like Blind Mitch is on pole here with the way in which he's put his
The
car.
reds are rising.
And as you can see, a couple rows back as well. One's a bit far away from his box. Ben right on the limit.
Here we go.
That's the green flag. Go, go, go.
Oh, good start line there.
Wow, look at the stuff from Cattle. He's absolutely screwed it up once again, and he's gonna go way back down the field once again. Berg's got to drive through. This is gonna be on here, 4 wide into turn 1. Oh, 5 wide!
Oh no.
No, you can't do that.
Oh,
And that's
Dahlia.
been disastrous.
Lachlan
Berg's around, Dahlia's off the road. It's disastrous, and Dane Liccardo's had a dive at hands. And Dane Liccardo is up in 2nd position off the start here. But that... But Blind Mitch, a mile ahead. If we're going to go back and have a look at this, we've got Cattle and Dahlia for 7th and 8th. And Cattle's having a look. Oh, he's in the back of him! Oh no, and they're both off! And that's a huge crash, and Cattle's hit Bud. So we're going to get a replay of that. Where is Alex Cattle?
It's chaos, guys. This is chaos.
So we're going to get a replay of this. So Steve Warwick was out wide here. Cattle's hit the back of Dahlia, and then he's collided into Latino and into Bud. So bad start for all our front runners. As this now continues between these guys, we're going to go back up and have a look. Cyrus and Latino has dropped back to P5 as well. Michael Pollard is up 8 spots into P6, so he's had an impressive start.
Has the lead from Blind Mitch. 3.5 seconds.
3.5 seconds over Dane Liccardo, and Dane Liccardo is now in a battle with Hans Brunswick. Hans is going to have a look down the inside, and I think Hans is going to get that move done pretty easily. So,
But they're the same thing for there's with the communication. Hands is like, don't fight, let me go. I am a lot faster than you.
yep, and I think that that's pretty fair. And we've just had Sean Allen in the chat say we've got some practice starts coming for Alex again. I think so. He's screwed both his starts massively tonight.
It hasn't gone well.
It's not gone well. So good start by Dane Liccardo as well. He was very aggressive there, but he's made the most of it to get up into P3.
Oh, what
Has,
the
but looking at replays and stuff, you might be getting done for a bump and runs there. You have to wait and see.
Steve Warwick's right behind Dane
Definitely going to be
Liccardo
some
as well.
penalties after that. I think Alex Cattle's got one coming his way. He definitely caused that big shunt there.
Bit of a three-car train that's going to start forming in a second. With
Yeah, it's a bit of a
Dane
train back
Liccardo
here as
leading,
well.
followed by Steve Warwick and Harrison.
The train
Now
is
interested to see.
Michael Pollard's had a
Whoa.
moment. Whoa. That's promoted Dahlia and Cattle up, so they're going to now go for a run and get past Bud.
Oh, they'll get it easy.
Yeah.
Job.
Oh, Alex Cattle, that's aggressive.
Who's? Someone's locked up. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
and Cattle's around. He's not had a good night.
Oh no, we've got Cattle
Cattle.
in the paddock. Cattle's in the paddock.
Cattle in the paddock.
Steve Warwick's right behind Dane Liccardo now.
Yeah, so we're going to watch this. This is the battle for the podiums. But RSM Latino is tagged at the back of Steve Warwick and turned him around, but he's
Turn him
straightened him back up. Oh, that's cost them a bit of time. So Liccardo has now got a bit of give a gap. Oh, he's still on. There's a battle behind
Forget,
them as well.
these two will be teaming up for the Bathurst 1000, so a bit of chit chat after that, I reckon.
Yeah, it would
Yeah, I don't think Steve will be too happy with that. It's cost them both a fair bit of time.
be. Calgary's right behind Brad. Team play.
He is, so with Liam Budd just behind them.
What's happened is Peter Stenberg has dropped off for 2 laps.
Otterberg DNF from the race. And that is Dahlia up
Gets
at
that done
P6.
We haven't been able to see that lead battle that we wanted to see both races here due to the great starts from Light Mitch and terrible starts for
Well, we've
two
had one of
races
those.
to the field.
We've had one of those starts again, where everyone's had a moment off the start
Oh,
and we've
yeah.
missed out on the qualifying battle. So we are going to
Wow.
flick back forward, but we've given him a lot of stick. But I'm going to say good driving here by Dane Liccardo. He is on for a very good result in this race if he can keep this up. And I understand that Latino and Warwick and Dahlia are going to be chasing him down, but he's still solidly going to be inside this top 5. And
He's got to drive smarter, he's got to keep the tyres on it.
certainly does, and same with
10
Hans.
laps.
Big
Got 10
potential
laps
for
to hang on.
these guys to maximise a good result. And Lime Mitch, what can we say? He's been the class of the field tonight. It's only lap 4 of this race, lap 5 of this race, but yeah, he's walked away from him. You wouldn't think when you have someone get 2 poles in a night that they're probably not even going to finish either race on the podium.
As Latino's taken about 8, 9 tenths out of Dane Liccardo at last lap.
Has, and Dahlia is also catching Steve. We're going to go back and actually have a look. I think Alex Cattle's on the back of Michael Pollard, so he'll be looking to make that spot up. He continues his drive back through the field.
Alex Cattle went to set up the run and really do a very good job of it. Oh, that's a dive bomb.
It's a dive bomb, and he's got it done. Oh, he's been aggressive.
Tell you
but
what,
he's,
if I was Michael Pollard, I wouldn't be happy about that.
I wouldn't be too happy either, but Cattle is also... Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he's
dived
not.
him back. He's not happy.
He's-
It's fair enough, but Cattle is quite faster. So I'm going to go forward because I know that there's a battle now between Benjamin Dahlia and Steve Warwick. It's about to liven up, and I reckon that Dahlia is going to have a crack at him here onto this straight.
He is too. Oh, good exit. Not a good exit there from Steve Warwick. I think he's just
Got him
going to
here.
let him go here, yeah. shoot it. Nice.
Dahlia back up to 5th. Will Dahlia be able to get back to the podium here, you reckon?
Well, I reckon Dane Ricardo's, once Latino catches him, he's going to be defending quite hard, which will allow them to catch up.
It's a fair assessment to make.
Well, if it goes on how aggressive Ricardo was in the last race, there's no way he's going to let Latino pass. Not without a fight at least.
Especially when he's fighting for his first podium in this series. I'm just going to flick back. I've just noticed there was an incident here with Liam Bard. Just going to see what's actually happened here.
Transaction?
Oh, he's moving.
Oh, that was... He's tagged the back of Brap.
That's a bigger incident than what we originally thought.
It's a bigger incident than what we originally thought. So what's happened there? Brap's obviously locked up right now. They just tagged him accidentally and
It's
got
like
around
that
it.
put it in reverse or something by accident. That was strange because
Cattle's...
he locked up at the turning part of the
Liam Bud's done the right thing and let him back past, but it's really affected both those guys' races, and I think Cattle's been the big benefactor of that. So we now watch Bud and Brap race again.
There's Pino's Sun Rage on the back of Dane Ricardo
Just
here.
about to mention that, watching that on the timing, he's reeling him in.
He is.
He's really him in, so we're going to flick and run over to that.
I reckon Ricardo's peeled his tyres. Oh, that's not going to help.
Yeah, that's not looking good for Ricardo with that lockup. And Dahlia's running right in the background.
No, and him, I reckon the pressure will be getting to him here. He's got to keep calm and not make any mistakes.
We're pretty excited that he's in third position at the minute.
He will be.
But he needs to keep the composure.
He's doing a good job so far. There's Benjamin's actually doing a really good job now. He's going quite fast.
I'm interested to see how Ricardo races Latino when he gets there. He's already straight to break the draft.
Yeah.
So he already knows he's under threat here, so... Oh, and that's a big dive from Latino. Huge dive from Latino.
Down.
To be fair, I don't blame him for turning down there. That was a big dive from Latino, and I would have done the same. I would have said, no, you're not having that. So that's aggressive driving there from the both of them. And that's Ricardo showing that he does not want to give this spot away.
Dahlia's already found 4 tenths in that first corner just from that little bingle.
There you go, Latino down the inside again.
Oh, you can't move in the braking zone like that.
You can't.
Oh.
This is going to be a thing that'll battle. This is brought Dahlia right up into this battle now. I wouldn't even be surprised if you don't see Steve start to come back for these guys.
Yeah, Steve and Alex, yeah. Benjamin's going to be licking his lips here, being like, keep fighting, boys. Here we go, he's got a good run. He's going to defend. Oh, he's weaving across the track.
Just going to slow him down.
Oh.
He's just going to slow himself down a straight line here doing
He's
this.
moved a fair few times there. Here we go.
Here we go, into turn 1. Latino around the outside. Oh, Latino turned down on him.
He did.
So to me, that's not Dane's fault. And that's now going to put Dahlia up into the 4th position, and now he's going to be fighting to get this final podium spot.
He did say Ricardo's not going to give up without a fight.
Latino has flashed his lights as well, so he's not happy with Ricardo for that, but to be honest, it's not really Ricardo's fault. He's been aggressive. Oh, and Dahlia makes a mistake when he gets basically handed the spot by Ricardo going off the road, so they're all making small errors here.
They are.
So I've noticed at the front, the Hans Brunswick's actually catching Line Mitch, but it's still a pretty large gap. Here we go, Dahlia down the inside. Nope, he's not going to do it this time.
Yeah, not a good place to make a move there.
I'll give Dane a big rap here for the way he's handled the pressure of these guys. He hasn't cracked.
He's done quite well.
Oh, he's made an error there. Yeah, that's fine still. Go on, that's going to be Benjamin Dahlia.
I reckon he's going to have a go here. Oh, Dahlia's accidentally hit the pit lane speed limiter down
He
the
did.
straight.
I caught that.
Yeah.
I heard that as well. Oh, Latino. This is good racing from these guys. Oh, David Carter!
no.
That's right out sideways!
Yeah, over aggressive. He tried to give him a bump on the entry. Oh, Ricardo. Yeah, he tried to bump him on entry. It's overdriven the corner majorly.
So that's, he's lost the spot now and he's gonna,
Oh.
I think he's gonna come back at him! He's dived back at him and he's hit his door! And he's pushed him off!
Oh.
Oh, that is very aggressive from Dane Liccardo. You can't really do that. Now Latino's going to go back at him. Oh,
Oh.
What? What?
I don't want to hear about this last race. This is not going to go down well.
This is not going to go down well. I've got nothing to say.
That's going to be one angry Dane Liccardo.
Sorry, I've lost my camera, but...
He had the people up. That's the question.
Well, we're going to just pause this for a
I
second.
reckon that was intentional from Mr. Latino. I reckon he had enough of his shit, and I don't blame him.
So I'm going to watch here, Latino, and he's... Oh, he copped the whack here.
We need an onboard to see the inputs here, I reckon, Kurt.
We don't have the inputs, unfortunately. Oh, you want the actual cockpit on board?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I reckon he's done that on... I don't reckon he intended to roll him, but I reckon he definitely intended to put him out wide.
Yeah, I reckon he was going to feed him out wide there. He was taking that spot. Whether Ricardo liked it or not, but yeah, that's...
And which is fair enough.
That's an interesting incident, and I apologise for laughing about that, but what can you actually
Ricardo
say?
did alright at the start, but yeah, came really scrappy and obviously got a red mist, so he's got a tip.
Definitely did, but at the same time,
like
I will say that Latino sort of caused some of his own problems there. He turned in and he was aggressive, and probably had the red mist going as well. So, but Liccardo should have just given up that fight once he got past there and made that error. He shouldn't have been diving back there. And
yeah,
that was a big dive.
It's entertaining on our part.
Or it's a real shame for Cuz, because even though he's a little bit away in the championship, a DNF at Bathurst for Ben would have really, given him a shot at the championship. But after that, there might be a penalty coming, and that might be
done. So it's a shame. That's one thing I will say about Dahlia in this championship is he has really not made any errors. He hasn't had a single penalty. So it's sort of been a bit of the difference, to be honest. Des Dahlia has been faster and had race wins and plenty more race wins and whatnot. As we're noticing, Lion Mitch is dropping back now to Hans Brunswick. That's why I flicked to him.
What's happened to Michael Pollard? Go get a replay on that one, Kurt.
Okay, I'll flick to Michael Pollard.
Just on the at the last corner, yeah, here.
He's done it.
Oh.
He's been very loose out of that last corner, I've noticed.
Yes, oh.
Johnny just narrowly avoided the pit entrance.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Well, it's very interesting.
We noticed the Dodgers in a race here with Peter Stenberg towards the back, so that's the battle for 12 and 13.
You know what I'm finding very interesting? Alex Cattle is struggling to catch Steve Warren. Alex Cattle, it's not at the pace that he should have. But 19.3 last lap.
He did spin out earlier in the race, so maybe his tyres are just a little worn.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that, considering that Lion Mitch had a 5-second gap on the early laps of this race, the fact that he's only got a 1.6 second lead now over Hans Brunswick is quite interesting to me. So I'm wondering what's happened with Lion Mitch, whether or not he's gone a bit too aggressive in this race and burned his tyres up.
It could also be Hans being fast, because we did see last week, but actually the same with Lion Mitch. Not very fast in the first race, but the second race they were really quick.
And we don't know how much laps either of these guys have done at the circuit.
Tell you what, if you look at times all week with Lion Mitch, he's he's not at the front, he's usually around the middle. He comes to the race and he's really fast.
Agreed,
Good
mate.
job.
As we've got a battle between Stenny and Dodger that's unfolding here in front of these guys.
It is. As Pollard's had another off. I think he's done a bit of a Hazelwood there.
Hazelwood!
Oh, Line Mitch! Oh.
Come on, Pointer, you need to get out of the way there, mate.
Yeah, blue flags.
Oh.
Blue flags. Blue flags. Blue
Giving him a
flags.
finger there.
Well, I reckon Mitch is giving him one back.
And
Me too.
Line Mitch is going to get that done. So, but that's cost Line Mitch a bit of time here, but this is the final lap of this race. Hans Brunswick now trying to get past Poiter. He's made the spot.
Oh.
He had to
Well, he
be
won't be
pretty
happy about
aggressive to
that.
do it. Had to be pretty aggressive to do it, but it is blue flags. Poiter is in his own race though with Dodger, so I guess they are sort of having a scrap for position back there. It's down to only 9 tenths, but
Oh. Those cattle's gotten past Steve Warwick.
so coming across the line to win the second race of the night is Line Mitch. He is
Great job.
a double winner, and he becomes only one of our few double winners here in this series. And Hans Brunswick, good drive to come P2 and to chase him all the way. Dahlia gets another podium in this series, and Latino's going to bring her home fourth after all that drama.
Will be under investigation.
Yep, Cattle in 5th position, so that's a good recovery from him in this race, with Steve Warwick in 6th, good result for him. Liam Budd is going to bring that car home in 7th. Been a pretty eventful race, this one.
That's a bit of an understatement with the rollover.
And Brett is in 8th, but just a paintball sideways in the background. So he's going to bring it home 9th. He's actually going to beat Dane Liccardo, who was on his lid. Dane Liccardo brings it home in 10th after the rollover. With Michael Pollard, I think, being our last car on the lead lap. So he's had a big improvement this race compared to his last race that didn't go too well for him. But he's still made a lot of errors. He goes off the road. Commentator's curse.
Either got no front brakes, or he's just watching something else.
But either way, he's going to bring it across the line, and it's going to be P11 for him, with Stenny narrowly beating Dodger by 4 seconds in the end in that battle, with Lachlan Burke not making it to the finish. It's an interesting race, as we're going to watch Lion Mitch now do some skids, and deservingly so.
Well done, man.
Awesome race, eh?
Awesome race for awesome weekend. That's all you can really
Qualifying
say.
session was really good.
So that's been a good race there by Lion Mitch. Good event. So just before we have some interviews, I'm just gonna look at something quickly on my end. So who we got down in the commentary box? We've got Lion Mitch, so I'm gonna drag him up. Who wants to do the chat talking?
Oh yeah, I'll do the talking.
Okay, I'll let you handle it, Tom.
Lion Mitch, mate. Well done on the 2 race wins. You drove really good today. And those starts, they were amazing. They were the reason why you won those 2 races. How did it all go, mate? Oh,
Lost him.
lost him. He's
Yeah,
back.
okay, sorry. Yeah, it went pretty well. I wasn't expecting much coming into quali. I didn't seem to have super pace, but I knew I could probably get into first into turn 1, but I didn't know how they were going to go. But I just seemed to be able to pull away. And yeah, pretty much the same thing happened in race 2. I just got a really, really nice start.
Yeah, it was just pure domination there. You just got the perfect start and just drove off from there. And must feel good to get 2 wins.
Warwick's first 2 wins in the series as well.
Oh, good job, mate. You've done really well. That was awesome. Don't reckon you didn't have the all-out, the raw pace of people like Alex Cattle, but they made mistakes and you were consistent, and that's what wins races. Good job.
Thank you.
We'll just say, mate, though, just a question. Towards the end of that second race, you had a 5.5 second gap at one point, and you went down to 1 second. We saw that you caught traffic there at the end, but what brought the gap down? Was it just hands being faster, or did your tyres start to slightly go off?
Well, I think I got about 4 seconds after the first 2 laps, and then I wasn't driving the greatest, but I think Hans was also a little bit pacier. Also, the lapped cars I just decided to sit behind them for a little bit instead of trying to overtake on the last lap.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. So, but congrats on the first 2 wins in the series, and you're one of the few that's had a clean sweep of an event. So, congrats on that, and yeah, our next round's at Bathurst in what is almost a month. So, best of luck there. Assuming you're going to join us.
Yeah, I should be.
No worries. We'll see you then, and congrats.
Thank you.
Now, I'd be interested to get either Licardo or RSM Latino in here, or even both of them.
Do you want to get
Just to
both
see
of them
what
in?
went
And
down.
I'll let
Yeah.
I'll let you chat to them both. We'll drag them both up.
Yep. Latino, Licardo. Interesting end to that race there, boys. I'll start with you, Latino. I'd like to hear your side of the story of what went down in that race. Also, fairly good night. Struggled a little bit with the starts, but you ended up in a fairly good position at the end of that.
Man, the only way that I could put it down to, man, is if you're in Formula One, it's like a Minardi trying to race a fucking, sorry about the language, maybe a Ferrari or maybe a Mercedes, bro.
So, you reckon the
It
last
is.
10 out of position
I must
not
admit,
too
I must.
hard?
The guy has got a good start and all that, and I must admit, this is the first time that I've actually said words to him, and I've actually, man, it's how can you do these things, bro, when you're 1 or 2 seconds behind? Yes, I must admit, man, you're a good start, and don't get me wrong, and you're a good racer, bro. But I think that the worst thing that you're having at the moment is that you think because you're on the spotlight and this is getting televised or something on YouTube, I think you got a little bit of clouds in your head, man.
I'd have to agree there. So watching it slightly over aggressive and probably trying to put on a show for the broadcast. Being over aggressive, but you know, he's young, he'll learn. But yeah.
Did enjoy the race though, from my point of view. That little bit of a battle there. Felt like Dane drove really well there at the start, but I will just say that I felt like as soon as he lost the spot to Latino, sort of there was a bit too much over-aggression from both parties, but especially on Dane. But we'll let Dane have the retort now. Yeah.
Sorry, Kate, I just returned. What's going on?
Well, we're in the broadcast booth, and we've got both you and Latino here for both your sides of the story of that incident. We'll let you fire away about your thoughts in that race.
Look, I think it was a bit unfair from both of us. You know, he made some unfair dives. I made some unfair dives. Kind of see where he's coming from in that, but to put me on my roof when I'm potentially just going to get a decent result for once in this series, you know.
We could criticise that you were a lot slower than Latino, and it's probably
I
just
was.
smarter
I'll
to let
admit
him
that.
pass.
I will admit that, but there was points where I was pulling away from him, and you know, I thought I'd have a crack. Well, clearly I can't. So I just get told I'm too slow.
That's fair enough. I just gave you a pretty decent rap about you had a pretty good defense driving there at the start, and a very good start and very good drive there at the start. And I do feel like there was probably a bit of aggression there from Latino when he caught you, but yeah, I feel like it went a bit too far from both parties as the race went on, and especially from your end when you dived him back. But that's racing. We want to get you both in here to see
Can I
Both your
just say
straight
something?
engines. Yep.
Any point when I dived, okay, at any point when I did dive, okay, did I take the spot away from him?
No.
Did you see me taking the spot away from him?
No.
I
As
actually
said,
backed out.
this is what this is.
I actually
Hey, let
what I said.
Latino talk.
Okay. At any point did I take the spot? I did not take the spot away from him. I backed out a little bit and I waited for another chance to go. That's why he was pulling away. And then when I worked out a place to do it, I did do it, and then he gets back at me with this massive dive and smashes my car on the side. What do you want me? What else do you want me to do, bro?
Yeah, well, I agree
No,
with you, Latino, because I know personally I would have been very frustrated, and you know what? I would have done the same thing. I would have dived him back, and I would have had him off the next corner.
Yeah, like everybody criticizes the Super Twos and under investigation and everything. And Thomas, I must admit, bro, I've seen because I see the replays and a lot of the main drivers, man, they really race like us as well too, man. They take off each other off the road as well too, man. And,
Yeah.
and,
And
and I don't see any points getting taken out of them as well too, man. Because I follow the races and I do actually replay the race again and see what happens, man. So it's like it's a little bit unfair on us Super 2 drivers that we're getting penalized really heavy for things that, like I've just explained to you what happened with Licata. I've got nothing against the guy if he raced fairly. Yes, I did dive and I did tap him, but did you see me at any point take the place away from him? I did not.
That's fair
I
enough.
will be honest. Yes, I know. I've got a lot to learn. This is what my 4th or 5th round in general in sim racing.
Respect for other drivers then, bro. Yes, you do have a good start, bro, but then, man, have respect, man. Do you see me going doing things like that in the main driver? Through the main driver?
I understand that.
Anything like that, man. You don't see. I even get out of the grass, bro, when they're trying to overtake me. When the 1 and 2 cars are coming out, I get out of the grass, and Kurt can manage. Can vouch for me for that, bro.
I can
That's
vouch
I
for
respect.
understand that. I understand that. I understand that, but
All I'm gonna say, respect.
when I'm here trying to learn and do my best, you know,
Then
what was said in the waiting room, like, why would you say that? Why would you say that?
in a respectful
We
way.
can get Mitch, we can get anyone. Why would you say that? I'm not going to repeat it, but why?
The main driver, you don't see me if I get a good start. You don't see me taking up Sean or taking out Kurt or anybody. Do you see me doing that, bro?
But I didn't
Well,
take you
don't,
out.
man.
That's the thing. I pushed you wide a
You
bit.
gotta know when to fight and when to be like, you know what, he's faster. If I battle him, it's just not gonna end well, and it's gonna frustrate the car behind.
Well, I just thought I'd give it a crack, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit towards the back of the grid, you know.
I just
I'm
feel
come
like
over.
I feel like
No, you can give it.
feel
You
like
can give it a
raced.
crack, but you
I
can
don't
give it a
mind
crack.
you having.
But
I don't mind you having a race. To be honest, I thought it was good. The first part of it, I just didn't really appreciate as an admin of the second part. And I'm just going to butt in here for a second and say to you, Latino, there's been a number of incidents that have not yet been fully reviewed from main game, which is why there hasn't been points taken off. But they are under investigation as well. It's just there's been a lack of time from admins, and Super 2's been more of a priority due to some of the bad driving that we've had to try and have a look at. But I will say thanks for both of you for joining us. I think we're going to chat to somebody else now because we need to get through some people. But thanks to both of you for hearing both your sides.
Look, I'm sorry if the aggression was there, but it's like, man, like I said to you, man, it's like you've seen John Balve and Mark Scaife in Tasmania with that issues and things like that, man. And like you get it from actual main drivers, man. But the thing is, like, I'll finish with this off, man. Like I said to you, I've got respect for the main drivers, and I've been here second. This is my second year in the Super 2s, man, and I've been learning a lot. And for a guy to say, yeah, this is my 4th race, and to be out there, man, it's like you gotta earn the respect, bro. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah, I know. I know I've got to earn it, but is there that little that it's not a big deal that I was put on my roof?
The way you were sideways, and I was coming in, and then you went inside, and I tapped you on the side, and I
Yeah,
you
look,
went,
I'll take blame for that. Yes, I lost control. Yes, that was my fault.
went straight inside to cover me, bro. So how do you
That was me trying to save him.
You don't.
They trying to cover.
Man, I've raced next to you, bro, and that's all you do, man. You actually try to make my car brake for you and turn for you, bro. And I don't do
Oh,
that.
anyways, boys, if
Well,
we have a conclusion from that, I think Ricardo, you're fine to defend, but once the car's parked, you just got to be like, all right, I'll just sit behind him because obviously you weren't fast enough to repass him because it just require a dive bomb. But thanks, boys, for coming in. It's a good bit of entertainment and good insight.
good
for the
insight from
people
both
watching.
of you to hear both your opinions on that. So, because that was a centre point of that last race. So, thanks, guys, and well done, Latino on P2 in race 1.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Have a good one, boys.
Jeez, that was a heated interview, but we're going to drag up. I'll drag up Hans next, actually. Actually, do I drag up Ben? I'll drag up Ben. So we've got our
Yep,
championship leader here, Benjamin Dahlia. P3 in the first race, but second race was a little bit disappointing for you, or both the races were a bit disappointing with the way in which it unfolded with the starts. But tell us about your point of view out there.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I didn't get the best starts. I'll put my hand up to that, but they weren't shocking. But just turn one, both races, I got smashed off, and then in the second race into turn 6, I think it was Cattle just smashed into the back of me and had to drive that whole second race with a bit of damage and some vibrations through the wheel, but it was still able to get through to third in both races. So I haven't lost too much tonight, so yeah.
Yeah, mate, you definitely salvaged what you could out of a difficult night. Yeah, definitely some drama there in the in turn 1 and the first lap, and we saw that incident into turn 6 with Cattle just tagged the back of you, pushed you off, and then he came back and made contact with 2 other people as well. So that was just a bit silly from him being right up behind you. But yeah, difficult that one. But the slightly bad start just culminated in being involved in all the drama.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't ideal. Since I got this rig for the first Darwin round, I've really been struggling with the starts. I can't quite figure out what the issue is. I'm still trying to work on that, but yeah, hopefully for Bathurst soon, I can get that sorted and have a good run.
Hopefully, mate, and that's right. We head to Bathurst next year, fairly well in the lead of the championship. So say that you're going to be looking at wrapping that one up, but we can't speak too soon because we never know what's going to happen. But how are you feeling about Bathurst? I think it's about a month away. Looking forward to that one.
Bathurst it's definitely a great track. I'm looking forward to racing there. It's a shame I'm going to have to keep the championship in mind there, but hope that just the plan is to just bring it home and get enough points to take the championship. It's the main focus, I think.
No worries. Well, I think that it's definitely got a big advantage. So it's just staying out of trouble at that event. But obviously you'll be wanting to go for a win as well. So best of luck when we get there.
Thanks, guys. See you there.
So we'll drag up Hans, who had a podium in the second race.
Yep.
Hans, mate, good drive in the second race. P2, you chased down Line Mitch there at the end and nearly got to him. How'd you find it out there?
Yeah, thanks, Danny. The track was pretty good, actually. It was much nicer for these cars. Like I said a week ago, I was predicting that. And but the middle sector, I was just losing a bit of time, like on the really, really fast guys. So in qualifying, I just couldn't squeeze it all out in the middle sector. Just all the way from the exit of turn 6 till through the S's and stuff to the first hairpin before the or rather to the second hairpin before the second last corner. That was that was my trouble spot all night, and it was just a matter of just holding on there and just being good in every other sector. So it was pretty good. We managed to nail a couple of starts, and we didn't do the Jason Bargwana and end up in a fence. At least we had some decent performances in 2 races rather than having a good one and then a bad one. So it was good.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, 2 good performances, and you improved as the night went on as well. As we actually mentioned on the broadcast, it's something you've done. But yeah, as you mentioned, your first races have normally been marred with crashes. So to pull out P4 in the first race and then to come home second, yeah, it's good to get two decent results and not one. So, but yeah, awesome effort in qualifying as well, might be said. I know it was P5, but mega close there with the front guys, and you just narrowly missed out on a better starting position. But with some of the starts of the others, it didn't seem to really matter too much.
Yeah, I think as time goes on, they'll probably improve their starts, seeing how maybe a couple of the guys, including myself, we've just managed to get some good starts. But I think the times, being, the top 5 were separated by less than 0.2 of a second, which I thought was very good, very impressive. And I guess it just shows the quality of the drivers in the Super 2 at the moment. It's improving all the time. And also some of the races, like the races I've had with people, like maybe there's a little bit of rub and stuff, but we're never sending each other off, and I think that's great. Like, I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight.
That is great, mate, and I'm glad you've enjoyed. And in a month, we head to Mount Panorama for another race in this series, the final one. How are you feeling about that? I believe you're signed up for the 1000 as well the following weekend with Lewis Wedding.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some practice in to get used to not running traction control and ABS and all that. So around Bathurst, it's a little bit difficult, especially in the final sector, to try and squeeze the most out of the car. I mean, into the chase especially, it's probably the problem zone in terms of not running ABS. But yeah, I'm working on something. I'm trying to get some consistency, and on the version of the track that we've used for ages in AMS and previous to that R Factor, like I've gotten down to 206s in race trim. So I'm pretty happy with that. Probably can't go faster. Probably not going to challenge for the win in the 1000, but it'll be nice to, just run around and have some fun.
That's it, mate. That's what it's all about, having some fun and getting to the end. It's a race that's an achievement to finish. So best of luck for that one, and well done tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Thanks for putting on tonight, as always.
No worries. We try our best. I don't want to drag myself out of the channel. So, Tom, a lot to digest out of that.
Yeah, a lot of drama.
Definitely a lot of drama. Definitely a lot of heated opinions from both Dane and Cuz there. It was kind of had to interject that one because they were getting a bit heated. But interesting. It's good to hear passion, and it's good to hear two sides to the story from what we see as well, our perspective, and then the perspective of the two drivers. And taking stuff out of what both of them said, I feel like I agree with both parties in certain ways. I feel like Dane, it does feel like he's been told that he can't race, and he should be able to race those guys. But at the same time, it's all about giving up when you know it's time to give up. But that's just learning. That's racing. Even though but then being Cuz, even though you're a faster driver, doesn't mean you're entitled. But it also means that you do need to, if you're a guy and you know the guy's slower, that you probably give it away a bit easier than what you would normally.
I reckon it's good to see a bit of biffo and a bit of a rivalry. It is a disappointing ending to that battle with the dive bomb and then the rollover. And I feel bad for Dane because he was having a good result, but yeah, good race nonetheless. It's overshadowed Lion Mitchell's performance of 2 wins. Awesome performance for him, and I believe that Dahlia will keep the championship lead steady. But he'll be looking to attack when we get to Bathurst. Absolutely, I tell you, I'm keen for Bathurst.
I'm keen for Bathurst too. We've got a lot planned on the broadcast. We've got a lot of new things that we're going to attempt to try and do. So we've got a month to prepare for that. But yeah, I think that's all for tonight. I don't think we've got too much more to offer. Main game back here tomorrow night with 2 races, a 16-lapper and a 32-lapper, with Dane Warren, it's his 21st birthday tomorrow, and he has a crack at trying to win the Automobilista Supercars Championship before the final round at Bathurst, where he'll be teaming up with me, funnily enough. So he wants to try and get the championship wrapped up before we get to the big one.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be pretty exciting tomorrow night. It's going to be some big battles.
I think so too. I think this track's more conducive to racing, as we've seen tonight, than the international layout. And we had some good battles at the international layout, and we had some blow-ups from yours truly, and plenty of other plenty of other things go on. So I feel like the West layout's going to be the same level of excitement, just more action-packed. So look forward to tuning into that. And yeah, any closing words?
Let's hope tomorrow night can be just as exciting as tonight. And hopefully we can turn on the racing and have some clean racing at the front. And hopefully also Dane does not stall in front of me.
Yeah, I like your dig about clean racing. So I hope that people can stay clean and not do burnouts on the grass tomorrow night. But yeah, that should be interesting to tune into.
That should be good.
Should be good.
Anyways, I think we should probably wrap this up, Kurt.
So do I.
Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. It's been some pretty good races. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, and we'll catch us later.
No worries. We'll catch us then. Round 13 is done.
See yas.
See ya.